I actually can't believe we're at this moment. It's time for the biggest sketchbook tour, the 366-day daily doodle diary. Now this might just be my longest video ever, so make sure you've got a drink. We're just gonna pretend like I haven't already filmed half of this video and then the camera corrupted and I lost everything. It's the new camera and apparently the problem is that the battery can never run out. Lesson learned. This is the Daily Doodle Diary. It's actually kind of huge now. It's literally just a diary that I picked up in the homeware store for £4 and the aim is to draw every single day. I completed it, I was able to, and it's now my 18th completed sketchbook. This is how I decorated it. It's got very chaotic energy, but I kind of like it. These two clear stickers are not doing very well. This one had gold and completely lost it. You can also see kind of like the creases. There we go. These ones are just from my Temu stationery hauls. This cute little froggy is from Mel's Pencils. I'll leave the link down below. And these ones are doing pretty well, but the clear ones aren't. So I guess I learnt my lesson. I'm not going to put clear stickers on the front of sketchbooks anymore. First up, we've got the calendar, and I thought it would be really fun to tick off every single day as it was done, because how cool does this look? I got this idea from Miriam Tilson and I absolutely love it, but honestly I did not plan on doing every day from the beginning. I'm starting a stopwatch just to keep an eye on things. We really need to get this going fast because there's so much to cover. We've got random diary pages, and then this is the very first one. Talk about disappointing. Honestly, I am really sad that this is what I did for the first one. I should have planned something, I should have thought about it, but I just used Neocolors and kind of did like a witchy thing. And this kind of references King Theoden because that's what I thought of. Unfortunately, there is some transfer. This is actually watercolor and I do kind of like it, but obviously there's creases. Simple. This one is actually an alternate version of the piece I created for the Valentine's sketchbook session. This is how the Valentine spread turned out, and as you can see I used a different medium, and then I wanted to try it in colour pencils, so I did this. I really love them both. Oh, I like this one. The draw's a bit asymmetrical. I do that sometimes, but I do like this one. This is Posca's, and then this one is from the random prompt pot that I made. You might have seen it pop up. It's literally just loads of pieces of paper in a pot, and sometimes I like to pick them out so that I can have something to draw and I don't really need to think. So on this day we got coral, and this is what I made. Super simple. I'm not a huge fan of the half pages, I must admit. This is odd, but it's kind of like an idea for something I could do in watercolor. Then I decided to hop on Burbfest. I always forget that Burbfest exists, and I've actually done one of these in the new Daily Doodle Diary here because I don't know, I don't draw birds and it's really fun. So for this day it was a white crested helmet shrike, and I used Neocolors and I had a lot of fun. I completely forget that this challenge exists until I see my social media be flooded with birds. It was fun. Oh, I did this on the same day as I made my self-portrait, so I just did a colour pencil version. Very stylized. For this one, the prompt was guide dog, so I used a gouache brush pen and tried a bit of negative space, but I don't think it worked. This is my first attempt at junk journaling. What did I write? The year of growth, 2024. I guess I was feeling optimistic. And this is parts of a book, an envelope, wrapping paper. I wanted to try junk journaling and this is what I made. This is my first attempt at alcohol markers. I got a small set from my sister for Christmas and made this. It spread quite a lot, so I didn't really know what to do from here. Made me a little bit scared. Tried this one. Didn't blend. So that's my first experience with alcohol markers. On the back, I used up this torn up piece of a book and tried to turn it into a window. Whenever I post shorts using pieces of a book like this, people always freak out. But like this one book has lasted me so long and it was very secondhand when I got it. So I know it's kind of sad to see a book like this, but it's actually getting used. This book might have been thrown away otherwise. This is inspired by something that Sophie McPike made in her sketchbook tour. So I tried to do it in gouache. Added flowers, added fine liner, and I like it, I do. I think some of the Neocolor might have come through, sadly. This is the piece. It was fully Neocolor, and it does look very messy, doesn't it? This is an interpretation of something Lisa Bardot made. I drew an onion, my first ever. Honestly, I kind of love it. It was this that made me want to draw radish for Peachtober. I actually filmed this one, and it was about this time that I decided to post the first first Daily Doodle Diary episode in February, like of the first month. Before this, I was actually planning to do the first 6 months and then the second 6 months. There was only going to be 2 videos this entire year. But I kind of realized that when I was referencing it on photos and videos, I had nothing to go with it. I couldn't actually explain what I was doing and why. So that's why I ended up filming a lot more in January, just so I could get that video out and be able to explain exactly what I was doing, because the challenge isn't very well known. This is some doodly stars. They were a lot of fun, like buildings in zebra mild liners. It's a concept that I could do in watercolor, and me trying alcohol markers again. On the back, I tried to add some random pieces of junk and scrap paper, try and make something a little bit abstract with a bit of Neocolors, and I think that's a note. The alcohol markers and the Neocolors were very new at this point, so I didn't really know how to use them. This is alcohol markers, but I used a biro and it kept like having these lumps that came out, and it really ruined this piece. I don't know why. It's a little bit better now, but yeah, this new biro, it just fell apart. Quite a bit of transfer too. This one was a lot of fun. I actually really like how this one turned out. Then we had the prompt swamp. So I did my interpretation of a Magic the Gathering card. And for Ghost, I did this. It didn't turn out great. This is the day that I got these silver and gold metallic markers from Hobbycraft. This silver looks so good, but the gold just doesn't have any shine. And I don't think they look much better on black paper. So it was a little bit disappointing, but I do really like them and I do use them a lot. This is just random doodles, and then this is using that gold. I wanted to make one of those kind of doodle pages. Very chaotic. This ended the very first video. I think I got the prompt palm tree. So I just used gouache and did a bit of dry brushing to make it look like this. It was very simple, just took a few minutes. I wanted the bleed through to actually show because this bleed through looks odd. It kind of goes grey, but it's quite cool. Then started the next video with this. The prompt was theatre, but my very small alcohol marker set didn't have a red, so I had to use orange. Again, the biro kind of came out all lumpy. Kind of like it. Oh, this one you'll see that I do a lot of. I don't know why, I just like sticking down various pieces of paper and drawing on it. That's fun. It also covers up bleed through from the other side. I don't know why I enjoy it so much, but you'll see that I do that a lot. This is the same marker again. I tried some negative space, and I think unfortunately the Neocolors have come through. They didn't do it initially, but I think the Neocolors, after they've been sat there for about a month, they start to seep through is kind of what I'm learning. The silver looks quite good, but the gold is just so flat. And this was the last time I did this because it felt super wasteful. Yeah, this is Neocolors. It just eventually goes through, I guess. Oh, these are some new pens that I got. My sister's boyfriend found a load, so asked if I wanted them. They're just biros in lots of different colours. The pink's a bit odd. It does seem to smudge a bit. Don't really know what that's about, but it was quite fun swatching them all. Oh, this one I did on TikTok live. It's colour pencils and Neocolor. I genuinely do not know what this is and why I decided to do that and why I decided to do it on a live stream, but there we are. For this one, I got the prompt hot dog, and this is what I made. I kind of like it in a really chaotic way that isn't my art style. Kind of fun. There's a little bit of watercolor bleed through though, as you'll see it kind of reactivated, because on this page I used a little bit of watercolor. This is metallic watercolor. I don't know what it is. This is a beach. I must have used watercolors on this day, so because I had it to hand, I just did this. Often I will just use whatever art supplies are to hand. I don't really make a big deal, as you can see, and sometimes they are super quick doodles. So this is just something that I did without a reference. Random bits of paper stuck down with little bits of watercolor. I guess I was just trying to have fun with lines and dots and patterns and make something a bit abstract. There's a little bit of gel pen you can see as well. Don't really know what it is. This is just how I was feeling. Oh, and this is the first month of the Daily Doodle Diary. I had some thumbnail options here and some titles. This is something I'm definitely trying to take into 2025. I really need to package my videos better, like knowing the title and the thumbnail before I actually film. Obviously this one is afterwards, but this is a metallic pencil giraffe in a kind of childlike style. Why I don't draw hands. self-explanatory. I like this. I do like this. This is 2 Caran d'Ache Luminance pencils. I saw this the other day. So this was on a trip to Bristol. I kind of made a list of everything that I needed to bring. But tell me why I was wearing a tiny little summer dress and tights in February. I was looking at this, like, where are the jumpers? Did I not pack, like, according to this, I didn't pack any jumpers. Surely, right? I tried Line of Action. Didn't work. We lost some of the arm. I always struggle to fit it into the space that I need, and yeah, I wasn't really feeling it, so I did stop after this one. This is very sad. So I picked up these 2 Neo colours from the trip to Bristol, and unfortunately there's a lot of transfer on the other side. It's a shame because this one turned out pretty cute. And this is water-based marker, so I presumed that water-based marker would be fine, you know, because like it's usually fine, and it's not fine. Sadly, it went through. I realised, and then I finished the rest off with Neo colours. It wasn't worth it. The other one was so much better. This is alcohol markers. It's kind of like a very small pastel set, but with the bright blue and the bright orange. So I just used the pastel colours for this one. Then on the other side with the bleed through, I actually used Neo colours and made it a little bit more abstract. Sometimes if I make something and the bleed through looks really pretty, it does seem a ways to cover it up. This is a daily challenge, and if you want to do it every single day, you need to use what you have and try and create some pieces really quickly. So since it looks pretty on the other side, I can just spend a few minutes trying to change it and revamp what we've already got. It is a difficult challenge, and you definitely need to be kind to yourself and let yourself have easy days like this if you want to complete it. This is gouache and it looks terrifying. This is highlighter, it's a duck. This is actually a birthday card, and I put colour pencil on top to try and make it a little bit more stylized. This is wrapping paper and this is parcel paper. Tried to turn it into a little bit of a window thing. I don't know if it worked. This is very quick. Again, you need to have quick pieces. I really need to doodle more inventive things than stars. Also rip this highlighter. The pastel was nice while it lasted. Okay. This one is very sad. I asked you guys for some ideas of what I could draw next, and Art with Ms. D said a rabbit and a chicken playing in the wildflowers field. Unfortunately, as you can see, I did this in Neo colours and somehow the biro is coming through. This bit isn't too bad, but there's something about the way that the biro and the Neo colours have activated each other on the page. There's like a cursed Mickey coming through the page, and here it is. Someone said a Mickey Mouse and dragon fruit. Didn't know what that meant. I don't know if it's like a meme or something. So I just did dragon fruit ears. I don't know if there's an actual thing behind that. That's just what I did. And I got scared by combining any kind of medium, so I just did biro for these. That's just like a concept. That's Lotso. And we've got random pieces of paper again. This is a tag. These are actually pieces of junk with doodles on top. That's my go-to. It's just a doodle. This is actually when I was cutting up all of my watercolor tubes. I had loads of really cheap tubes and I was filling up all my palettes, and this is what was left when I cut open the tube. There was actually this still left in it after I thought I'd removed everything. It's kind of a face. You can see like a nose and some lips, an eye, an ear. I don't know what it is. This is cats. They look a bit weird. This is when I got the Temu water-based markers. They definitely look a lot more juicy here. They're not anymore. They're pretty dry. But they have been out in the sun, so it could have been that. It's odd. It's kind of creepy. I think my partner suggested to draw this one. This is when I was trying to accept the bleed through and normalize it, but it didn't work because I hate it. It's colour pencil clouds, and the bleed through ruins it. I'm sorry I said it, but I need to stop gluing things in on the other side every single time, but I do hate it. This is a cute little witch. I like it. These people are deranged. This one's okay, and then it just gets worse and worse as time goes on. I don't know what that is. This is from something that came through the door, and because it says woodland, it kind of inspired me to draw some little woodland things. So we got like a rabbit, some birds. That might be a squirrel, a cat, and maybe these are hedgehogs. With these stickers that unfortunately are so delicate, they kind of rip when I pick them up. This one, I believe, started off as gouache. You can see that I kind of filled the base with gouache. It was just whatever was left on the palette. And then I believe this is water-based marker on top. It kind of picked up some of the gouache as it went, and this is why it looks like this. It looks like gouache, but it is water-based markers. It just kind of picked up the white. This is quick and random. This is actually based on some castle ruins that I saw, but because they're ruins, it doesn't look like anything. Yeah. This is kind of a still life. It's like a hot water bottle, a mug, and an oven glove. I guess it was what was nearby. Got some of the marks from the other side though, the paper. This one I actually really like. It's just a simple landscape. Like this is sea, cliffs, and some houses. It's a very minimalist style, but I do like it. It only took a couple of minutes. Yeah, I think that one turned out surprising. This is supposed to be like just a boy in an apocalypse. That's what I thought of. Sometimes the half pages are very chaotic, but it kind of reminds me of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, the second one with the crazy goggles. This is Neocolors, and sadly they weren't opaque enough to actually cover through the marks from the markers. That was only water-based markers, but they did go through the page. I really like this one. I think it's cute. And this is kind of what inspired Bud in Peachtober. This one would be nice, but there's transfer and the eye is too far along. The eye should be like right down here, but I like the idea. Oh, this is actually one of my favorites. I completely forget that this one exists. I got a rainbow color pencil, and this is my first time using it. I think this one turned out pretty cute. I wonder if this kind of style would look really good as a sticker actually, especially if you had a bit of a border around the edge like this. Could that look really cool? I have a printer now and I am going to be opening a shop, so I guess this kind of thing always crosses my mind. This one is pretty cute. It's just a hot air balloon. This one didn't go to plan. It was supposed to just be bits of paper stuck down in a collage and then clouds on top, but it wasn't executed very well. I did this one whilst watching a Sandy Hester video. She did this still life painting and it inspired me to grab a highlighter and do that. This is just random little line work things. I like doing lines, especially on like half pages, because they're just so quick. And the biggest part really is to just show up and do it. It's not about what we actually make. As you can tell, this is probably the worst page. It's a random song I had in my head. Kind of clouds in the sky, but a bit surreal. None of this worked. It's not getting much better. Oh, this was about the time that we were buying a house. There we go. That's the reasoning why it's all so weird and quick. This is stuff that came in the post and I sort of did a forest on top. Houses? Oh, I do love this spread. I actually filmed every single one of these for the video. In case you don't know, I have a whole Daily Doodle Diary playlist up on my channel, and I filmed 1 or 2 pieces of art pretty much every week of the year, so they're like really long artsy vlogs. I really like them, and you might like them too if you haven't seen them already. On the reference photo for this one, the person had different colour eyeliner, and I really tried to get it, but it was a rainbow colour pencil, and I just couldn't angle it very well to try and get specific colours. So it looks cute, but it doesn't look like the reference. I then did some pencil rubbings on here. This was a lot of fun. I've not done that in years, and this is probably the worst one. It's just like a forest from a photo that I took and a par. Then I started the next video with this one, and I don't know why I did that because it's so chaotic. It's like a ramen on an envelope, some sticky notes with parts of a box stuck down. I really shouldn't have started on this one. It's a little bit too weird. And this one's just highlighter. Oh boy. Floating heads. I filmed this one, but it actually went really poorly. I wanted to use highlighter and biro in a bit of a mixed media thing, but it didn't work at all. This is some thumbnail sketches for things that I was working on. Another cute little face. Again, I think the eye is in the wrong place. This is palm trees. When you draw something really, really quick, and sometimes it can turn out okay, and sometimes it turns out horrific and you can tell you've done it quickly. That's these. Oh, this one's cute. A little bit of biro come through actually, unfortunately. The Neocolor does seem to react to things, so I'm gonna have to be very careful in the next one, because this is just blue biro, but it's slightly smudged because of the wax, so I'm gonna have to be very careful in the next one. This is cute. I like it. Completely different colours to what I normally use. This is actually from a reference I saw on Pinterest. Done very poorly. Random little houses on a street. I guess this is about the time that we had bought the house. And this is me planning what I would paint. So the wall behind me is going to be painted with checkerboard, and originally I was thinking of this colour, but now I think it's actually going to be closer to like a pink or a peach shade, just because it looks like it's in so much shadow at the moment. It comes across really grey that I think blue would just enhance that. I think it needs to be a little bit more pink or red toned. This is an idea I had for upstairs, and I was gonna paint vines, but I've actually stuck vines instead, and I really like them. Random house. Oh, this is actually what I do when I have feelings. Because of past childhood trauma, I am a little bit too scared to actually journal and actually write down words. So one thing that I like to do if I have a lot in my head, to write down all of the words I need to get everything out of my head, but to do it all in one line, completely joined up and very quickly to the point that it's kind of incomprehensible. Like, these are all words. So what I do is I kind of just keep writing this endless stream and kind of swirl it around like this. And this is how I journal. Sometimes it's helped me because I don't feel like I can write them down anywhere and it be safe. This is kind of supposed to be a hot air balloon, but it's odd. Some flowers. I love this colour. I think it's the Luminance Spring Green. It's one of my favourites. Again, these are all little bits of paint that you get when you get like paint from the shop, the little swatch cards. So this is the idea I have to do upstairs in the snug. Hopefully I'll be able to do in the summer when we can have all the windows open and paint again. And I will film it if I do that. It's an odd little duck. And this is when I got the Ohuhu alcohol marker, so I finally got a big set. Well, I say a big set. There's only 48, but before that I had 12. So we have more. This person looks like an Oompa Loompa and the blending is horrific, but that's my first attempt. On the back, I added Neocolors, made it a little bit abstract and weird. I kind of prefer this side. This is fine liner, and I guess this is probably about the time that I had toothache or something. A random doodle and another attempt at alcohol markers, but you can see those blends. There are none. On the back, I turned it into a bit of a window. These are the kind of windows that we had in the old flat. This, unfortunately, we got the same thing again. So the biro has kind of come through, but it's really noticeable at the parts where it meets the Neocolor. I'm just going to have to be very careful with the Neocolors because it doesn't immediately transfer. This is about a month later that I notice it. It wasn't good anyway, but you can't actually see. And this is all that it was. This is Super Quick in Posca, and this is fine liner. This one I actually really like. It's just a beach, but I like that the sea is completely coloured in, and so is the sun, and then the clouds and the beach are just completely minimalist and they're kind of left. I really like this concept. I wonder if I could do something similar with watercolor or color pencils. Try it again. I like it. This one is actually the very last one that I did in the flat. If you don't know, there's a whole moving series up on my channel, and I went back and this was the last one that I did. So it's kind of sad. It's like a surreal landscape kind of thing. This is actually the floor plan idea. It's not actually square, it's completely wrong. But this is the idea that I had for the studio. I did originally want to put 2 desks here like this. I don't know if I will be doing that in future, but at the moment the desk is straight along, the rug is there, the freezer's there, everything is pretty much there. And once the making an art studio vlog is up, there are actually other projects that we want to do, like putting all the originals up on the wall framed, painting the checkerboard here. I want to paint the archway as well. And I want to spray paint the freezer because at the moment the freezer does have to be in here. It's a small house, it's like 400 square foot, so it can't go in the kitchen. But I want to make it a really bright colour so it's not obvious it's a freezer. Oh, and that's the question mark. Yeah, so the desk was going to be one or the other. Because the windows are here, there's not a lot of options, so it's pretty much the same. Cute little portrait. As I'm sure you might have noticed already, it's far more chaotic and big than that. There were so many different artists that I wanted to buy from, so it's just growing, it's expanding, and it's now covering the whole wall. It's not a cute little frame. Ignore the anatomy here, it's awful. This one's kind of cute. Oh, I actually really like this one. The only problem is they are supposed to be palm trees, and then I showed my partner and he thought they were wind turbines, which I can see. I can completely see that. It was supposed to be a landscape, but just very geometrical. I like that this is kind of like shadow and then grass and then shadow. I actually really like it. I would like to work with this and create more like this. This one I know took about 2 minutes because I did it sat on the floor late at night. This one I really like actually. Colour pencils again, both luminance, so they're very textured, you can see. I don't know exactly why, but I really like it. It's quite simple. This, I guess, is probably inspired by a tattoo design that I saw, and then I went a bit crazy everywhere else. This would have started off as an idea for what to paint upstairs in the snug, and then it went crazy. This is the day that I watched Eurovision, so I kind of drew the stage. Bleed through again there though. That is Neocolors. I'm gonna have to be very careful with Neocolors in the next one. Random lines. This is what I like to do, especially on the small ones. If I need to do a daily doodle diary for that day and I don't really want to or don't have much time, I will just do something simple like this. This one is actually in the video. I didn't do mermaid. I am going to be doing it this year. I am going to be doing it in 2025, but I didn't do it this year. So I decided to hop on and I just did coconut. So I did this mermaid in a coconut. I am really excited to be doing it again this year. Hopefully that's all going to be okay. Hopefully I'll be able to. It's quite a big one though. It is a monthly challenge. This one I really like. Unfortunately, the pink biro again has ruined it. But the whole point of this one was actually just to test that the fine liners were waterproof. These are the Ohuhu ones. And I wanted to make sure before the video went out that if I was going to say that they were waterproof, they were completely waterproof. So that's why I tried them with watercolor just to make sure. And they held up really well. And to be fair, considering it's watercolor, the paper actually did pretty good. Yeah, that was really surprising. This is ideas for how to package new videos. So we've got some thumbnails and titles. Definitely something I want to do in future. I really like this drawing. I love the eyes and it's so stylized. I like it. Maybe I should do more like that. This is a cute little duck in a pond. This is random lines, so you know that these were done in just a few minutes. Oh, okay. So I think what happened here is my partner gave me some paper and said, here, do something with scissors and glue. So this is what I did. I kind of made like a robot, I guess. This one I do quite like. So it's two little dinosaurs, but I really like the background. It almost looks a bit like washi tape. It's all alcohol markers. But then I must admit, on the back, we have a little bit of a cop out. I just got colour pencils and added a bit of patterning. You know, you can't always go crazy. This is a very difficult challenge if you're going to do it every day. Yeah, you need to have some quick days. This one only took about 5 minutes, but I really like it. I like the concept and I would make more like this. I wonder what it would look like in watercolor, you know? This one is actually from the How Much Art Can I Make at the Zoo? This is the first time that I went. So me and my partner went on a date to the zoo, and as soon as we got there, we realized that they do this thing where if you activate the receipt before you go, you can come back for free within 7 days. And then we kept the receipt and we went back a few days later with the camera, and that's how we filmed the entire thing. It was spontaneous, but it kind of felt like a sign because I'd already thought about it at that point. Very quick line art doodles. This one I was actually planning to draw on top of, but I coloured in all these random markings and actually liked it, so I just left it like that. This is another mermaid that I decided to hop on. It's my first one in alcohol markers, and the prompt is birthday. It's kind of cute. Oh, this is just random pieces of paper stuck down and doodled on top of, but I like the colour theme. I've actually picked up stuff that kind of matches and I like it. This is the weirdest mermaid prompt I've ever seen. The prompt was coastal grandma. So I did a granny as a mermaid. That's such a strange prompt. Then I ended this video on this one, stuck down a page from a book and just drew some flowers, which unfortunately did mean I had to start the next video on a small one. I tried to make it look as cool as I could, but the small ones do just look worse. I tried really hard to find a diary that had a day a page, and like it says at the front, it literally says day a page. I mean, obviously they lied. Luckily now though, the next daily doodle diary is one a day. For this one, I tried to do the one line drawing thing and I did a bike. I messed it up. I almost got there, but then I messed up this little bit here. But it's quite a fun way to quickly draw something. Okay, this is the day that things kind of changed. So on this day, I actually went to the art shop and I picked up my big floral sketchbook that I used for Peachtober. And I actually went thrifting to all the charity shops. Me and my friend Cassie did a collab where she gave me this box that I painted. It's actually this box. I've put a load of decoupage on now, so it is a little bit shiny. And I picked out a deer and she decapitated it. I wasn't able to actually do the doodle diary on this day. This is the first day that I forgot. And then I realized that I'm being too hard on myself. I've literally gone to an art shop and looked for art supplies, bought art supplies. Like, I have done art things that day. So I did a little bit of journaling and wrote down what I did and decided to not be so hard on myself. These are the little paint swatches you get from the hardware store, and then I did a tortoise on top. This one is completely random. I don't know what it is. And then this is prepping to go on holiday. We actually booked this one with just a few days notice. Aside from the Discord bird that was just in front of me at the time, I actually filmed an entire video. We went to Greece. I filmed all of this on the spot. So this one was done on the beach. This was done by the pool. For this one, we went to see a shipwreck and I took the photo, but we actually needed to stick some paper down because there was bleed through. So I ripped this page out of a sketchbook and stuck it down with body tape. I took my camera with me and I knew we were going to film something, but I didn't think it would be a week in my daily doodle diary, like a week in my sketchbook. So I didn't prep the pages. I didn't have anything on the other side. It's not the worst, but in future I would definitely prep. This cute little deer is actually in the video for this one. I'll leave it down below if you've not seen. This deer is adorable. This one we did on the beach as well. I'm honestly so happy with that video. If you haven't seen it, it's one of my favorites. Obviously, I love it for sentimental reasons, but the fact that it was filmed in so many different locations as well, I'm really proud of that video. This one was just on the balcony, and this was in the last cafe we went to before leaving. Then the sea and the chlorine took all of the pink out of my hair, so the first thing I did was dye it pink again. Random palm trees. And then I did these frogs. This is inspired by a desk mat that I got. It's kind of scary, to be honest. Oh, I know what day this was. This was the day that I actually painted this to create this book. And acrylic wash is scary. Then I also tried cyanotyping and put some of the failures in here. It's a bit more of a journal page, this one, I think. This is the day that we got new windows and both sides of the glass work. Very exciting. This is a study based on the Elixon's story on Instagram. A random face. This would have just taken a few minutes too. Oh, these are very quick ones. That's very odd. These are actually from the first page in here. So when I cut the edges, this is what would have come out, like at the end of here and here. And I do like to keep them, so it's quite nice to remember the exact day that I did it on. This one I really like. I wish that I would have filmed it, but it was just alcohol markers. It's very simple. Oh, this is my first ever Taco Bell. I kept the packaging to remember, and I've not had one since, so this is my first and only Taco Bell. They've only just come to the UK, like I didn't even realise that they were here. Again, you can see the Neo colour has gone through the page like crazy. It didn't look like this when I first did it, so it must kind of like set and seep through the page. These are random doodles. This would have just taken a few minutes. And this is the Neo colour. This is actually tracing paper with alcohol markers on top. I have done something like this in the new one because I really like it. It almost looks like watercolour, but it is just tracing paper. This would have taken a few minutes as well, just Neo colours. This is actually a envelope, and I tried to do like a waterfall and a landscape. I don't know if that comes across. Feelings and a butterfly. Oh, this one's quite cute actually. This is the metallic Derwent pencils I have. This is just a portrait of a person. I probably should have done a sketch first. You can tell I didn't. Sometimes I would just grab a material of paper and draw something on it and stick it in. I think when it comes to art challenges, you have to be kind to yourself. So that's what this was. This is actually part of a Levi's bag where I stuck the handle in either side, and then I doodled all of these kind of like tops and bottoms all around. And I mean, it's kind of cool. I kind of like it. Random. Sometimes I'll just draw boxes and force myself to get some ideas on paper. These ones could easily be turned into watercolor, and if I need ideas, I can just go back and look at them. This is when my partner crashed our car into a hedge. These are random pieces of papers and stickers, as you can tell. I like the idea of just drawing lines and dots and squiggles. I just find it fun. This is alcohol markers, and I think it was based on some actual flowers in front of me. I did film this one. I think there's a bit of glue or something there. You can see the alcohol marker isn't actually on the paper there. And then I kind of used a little bit of the bleed through, and I just did some hearts in negative space on the other side. This is gouache. This is terrifying. This is the day that I did my small business haul. The art studio vlog needs to go first because this is making the art wall, and this was far too big of a video to go in that one, so it is a separate one. But I've done one other small business haul after that, so there's lots of art studio related stuff to come. But these are all the little freebie items that I scavenged from those, and that's the wall, if you get that reference. I don't do tutorials anymore. This is just random Neocolor clouds. This is alcohol markers. Then on the other side, I turned it into this chaotic thing. Honestly, I kind of like this one more. It has more feeling to it. This one I actually did on the floor and filmed it. I got 2 of those paint swatch cards and decided to draw like a landscape on top. It's a little bit surreal because obviously the sun is a spiral and it's not realistic at all, but I kind of like it. These are super quick ones. A lot of the time in the Daily Doodle Diary, I will do really quick pieces because I'm still doing it, I'm still creating art. But in order to avoid burnout, I really do just do 2-minute sketches like this. These are the colours that Cassie sent me. I was definitely taking it a lot easier at this time and not forcing myself to create really good pieces. But I wanted to remember that these are the colours Cassie sent me. And obviously I used these to make this. This is a random face, but sadly these have transferred? That doesn't make sense. Okay, this one I do really like, and I have no clue why. It's literally just pieces of paper stuck down with stickers, and there's gouache on top that I've doodled. This one I did after going to the beach, and we actually returned to this beach to draw on some rocks. This is the rock that we drew on. I think it looks a little bit different because these are a little bit more even in size, but I did this one perched on a rock, and it was really fun. It was a really fun video, honestly. And somebody commented on the shorts saying about how there's plastic in acrylics and it's really bad for the ocean, and it's like, did you really think I was just gonna leave the rocks there? I get super attached to my art. Of course I was gonna bring it with me. I have all of the rocks. On the other side, I created this chaotic thing. This came in the post. This is part of a tissue box, and these are just random pieces of paper that my partner threw in the bin, and I doodled on them all. I picked up this when we went for a walk in the woods and actually did some doodles here. I just wanted to remember that this is when we went. These are some flowers in a random style, and this is the day that we went to the cinema and we got a Subway, so I popped the sticker in there. Unfortunately, the markers were spreading and they were kind of a nightmare to work with. This is the day that I painted Medusa. Can you kind of tell that it's like an alternate version? And this is a spontaneous watercolor piece. I actually did film it. This is chaotic. This is a cover from a book that I picked up that I am going to use for journaling, and I did a doodle. This is when I started filming my Halloween videos on the 10th of August because of Peachtober. So I do have to film my spooky videos in August. This is just a random piece of paper that I decided to doodle on, and it has a lot of texture. I like it. This one I filmed. My partner found this cute little leaf on the floor that was in the shape of a heart, and so I dipped it in some watercolor and I created this piece. Unfortunately, I don't think you can really tell that it was a heart anymore. Oh, this is the day that we then painted on the rocks. Didn't end up posting it until much later, but I just used some of the bleed through to sort of create some texture for these rocks, so it was kind of negative space. It's my birthday, very simple, and this is random pieces of paper that I picked up whilst we were in the woods. If there's ever free leaflets with maps on, I will pick them up. This is just paper from packaging, I think. It's kind of like tissue paper. And this is the day that I made the I Spy page in the Create This book. It's this one. This is just the random excess that I had on both sides. It's a bit of an odd size, this book, because like it's higher than A5, but then it's like shorter than A5. And the wrapping paper from my birthday, so I just did some doodles. This is parcel paper, and I used alcohol markers on it to create this chaotic little rabbit. Very round. And this is the day that we reached 5,000 subscribers. So I attempted to do some fireworks on dark papers that I could find. We've got a bit of the birthday paper again, paint swatches, and then these are like the darkest biggest papers that I could find to go with the fireworks. It's really cool, and I love that I can remember roughly when it was. Then I did this in acrylic markers. I like that it's just 3 tones, and this is just a random bag, I guess. Oh, this is the day that I made a pot, so I haven't actually shown you. But for my birthday, my partner took us to try some pottery, and I've never done it before. I wanted to paint this kind of cute scene reminiscent of Greece, and this is what I made. It's got the iconic blue doors, and it's kind of like a housey landscape that continues, but with a scalloped edge. I actually mixed these colours myself, so I had no clue how it was going to work. I just didn't realise how much the colours would change once they'd been heated up. But this yellow and the pink I did make myself, and then I read on the poster next to me that it said not to mix colours, but luckily it worked out okay. It's really cute. I'm gonna store some pens and pencils in it. I did like it, and I would like to do it again, but really I would like to just have the freedom to sit there and create whatever mess I create. This was very much like you sit down, they'll tell you how to make your one item, and then you're done. I would love to just spend the day at a wheel making a load of nonsense, just experimenting. This is a person. The arms are huge. And I guess these are just some concepts for like different positions to make my portraits a bit more dynamic. Oh, this is planning for the giveaway piece. So because we reached 5k subscribers, I wanted to do a giveaway. And I asked everyone what their favorite type of art was, and portraits won, but funny and silly was just after it. I had the idea of doing a person with a frog in like a silly way. So it's like a silly portrait. And some are a little bit more serious. This is the one that won. It was the person holding a frog, just to combine the two. And Aisha won the giveaway, but she gifted it to Donna for her birthday, which is so sweet. And I'm so glad that Donna liked this piece. This is a fun little alcohol marker one that I did. I did it on camera, and I completely forgot about the desk. So the desk is just absolutely floating. I forgot that it needed legs. Oh, this is exciting. This is part of my idea for a fun collab that's coming up. I've already filmed it, but I can't upload it yet. And that's all I can say. This is very simple. The giraffe is back. This one is acrylic marker. This is Neo Colors. I think I ended the video on this one, and I do like it. And then I had to start the video on this one, and the camera switched off and lost half the footage. Oh, this is the trip that we did. Okay, so this one is actually IKEA drawing paper with watercolor on top. We actually created art non-stop that day. It's how much art can I make in a new city, and this was the one in Gloucester. I'll leave that video below. I also did one in Bristol that will be coming up soon. I did this as a random quick doodle, and then I decided to take some of those elements and create something a bit more proper. This is the alternate design for Pony, where it's just little pony elements for the Peachtober prompt. But I didn't end up going with this. I knew that I wouldn't, so I just wanted to have fun. On the back, it's a little bit of a cop-out. I got some green gel pen and just added some lines. I was prepping Peachtober at this time. I was a bit busy. This is like a random chaotic lion, I guess, and flowers, a city. I actually really like this fish. I don't know why. Fish just have really cool colors and patterns. They are a fun thing to draw. On the back, I did this. This is honestly one of my favorite pieces. That's just the packaging from the sardines that I used, and the background just to cover up the fish. But these sardines I absolutely love. I used different papers and kind of made 2 fish in a can. It's actually a really cool process video. And I do have an idea to do something like this again, but painting my own papers and then collaging with those, I do want to redo this one. I also love this one. I filmed this one as a time lapse, and it's just a ramen, but I used 3 or 4 colors and it was really fun. Next up, we've got this very chaotic page. This is just random pieces of paper that came in packaging, and I doodled on it. This is actually acrylic gouache. This must be when I got the new tubes and I was trying them out in the birthday haul that I did. And I must have done a Temu haul on this day, because that's just packaging. Oh, this is Peachtober. So Peachtober began on this day, and I actually put the watercolor down underneath and then stuck this on top. It's kind of cute. I actually did the first three. I did 1, 2, and 3 on this day, and the third prompt was pour. So I cut out all these little elements for the pour, and this is actually the original piece. I wanted to keep it. A very quick drawing here because obviously Peachtober started. This one I really love. This is from a photo that I took at the beach the day that I came back. We had some lovely weather in September, luckily, because summer was awful. We had no sun the entire summer. There was a few lovely days in September, so I did go out to the beach. Another one of these random pieces of paper and drawing on top. I didn't realize there were so many. This is a rabbit, but it's kind of cute. I live streamed every single one of the Peachtober sketches. This must have been the final one I did. It was a lot of fun, and everyone had some really cool ideas that I wouldn't have thought of. This is just some flowers. This one I did film, but I have no clue why. It's just random paper and drawing on top again. This is the day before I did lamp. I didn't realize just how close to October we were. I really wanted to start sooner, but the prompt for Peachtober was lamp, and I used colored ink. So I did this in alcohol markers just to have a little test. And then on the back, I actually stuck some pieces of paper down, tried to reinvent it a little bit. This is colored ink from the lamp piece that I created. Oh, this is the day that I did radish. I wanted to do a slightly different style. I stuck down these pieces of paper and then kind of joined them up. I don't know what this is. This is just random bits of stuff. And that's quick. That's another super quick one. That's always my go-to, especially if there's bleed through. Just draw something on scrap paper and stick it in. I don't know what this is. I think it's a rabbit. This is the day that I finally ordered some more serum. So this is what I did with the box. It's a bit chaotic, and unfortunately some of it has transferred. If I knew that was going to happen, I really wouldn't have done it. Now that I know that it transfers, maybe I'll put a little bit of decoupage on it. This one is really cute. It's some blueberries. And I did this on the same day as I was painting a birthday card for my partner, and you can see in the video that I did both at the same time. Oh, these are some sketches for the witch that I did for Secret Santa. I was really feeling witch just because of the colours and the fact that Kat said she liked horror films. So this is what I made, and we were doing it this far ahead. A very simple design, but it kind of works. This is the idea I had for the collab with Paula, where I used her colouring book, and I've also got some ideas as well for the future. This one is chaotic. This was my partner's idea. Unfortunately, the grass doesn't come up very well. There's a giraffe underneath. I'm pretty sure he came up with some random supplies like tape and acrylic markers and metallics and cardboard. Kind of challenged both of us to see what we could make with it, and we both went very different directions. So this is what I made. The washi tape was hard to fit in. Oh, this one I really like. I never really showed you this one. So it's just a simple sheet of paper that I got from one of my stationery hauls, but I kind of did a landscape on top in alcohol markers, and I did some lines following the shape of each component, and I really like it. I don't know if that's water or grass, but these are kind of hills and clouds. This is one of my favorites. I think it worked so well. These are my nails, which are actually looking super similar to these. I think these might be the ones that I did for holiday, actually. Yes, they were. We went on holiday, and I'm going to be completely honest, I did not do these on the day. After creating art every single day up until September, then doing Peachtober and rushing Peachtober because this trip was very spontaneous. We were meeting friends there. I had to rush Peachtober in like 2 weeks. I think I created every prompt in like 9 days total or something. So I did take a little bit of a break. This is the only time that I did take a break. Whilst I was there, I took photos and planned what I was going to be doing when I came back, but I didn't take this with me. I did the travel, and then this is on the plane. It's a very long journey. This is the water park. They're kind of like slides in snakes. This is the drive that we did. We went to UAE and went to several places. My friend lives over there. And this is an island. Usually I love to snorkel at this island, but unfortunately it was super windy this day. They actually said that we weren't allowed to swim all the way up to there. I found every single dark paper that I could and made this. It's kind of the Burj Khalifa with the water fountains in front. I don't know if that comes across, but I kind of recognize it. This is the Abu Dhabi Mosque. The breakfast we got on this day. This is a pool that we went to in the city. And then this is a photo I took in the plane. I did really think long and hard about whether or not I was going to bring it because obviously we took it to Greece. But because I was there with friends and they wouldn't really understand why I was drawing, and I was feeling kind of burnt out after Peachtober and trying to edit and get all of these videos ready before the holiday because we needed them to still go up whilst we were away. But I did actually do these when we got back. And then the Hobonichis arrived. So for 2025, I'm using this. You're gonna see this all very soon. I've been filming the very first week in it, and this is a Hobonichi cousin. I've never had one before. I'm hoping the paper quality is gonna be better than this one, and I actually got it from Rome. I got it from Italy because this was the cheapest place I could find it. It was 88 euros for two. Amazon are selling them for about £60 each, and funnily enough, I think we actually went in this store whilst in Rome. I made a video where we created art non-stop for a week. I'll leave that one down below. I think we went in this shop and then we'd left immediately because it was really scary. There was like really expensive leather bound covers and fountain pens. This is another very simple quick day. There's so many of them, I didn't realise. I really have no clue. Ah, this is my Shrek marathon. So I actually drew this whilst watching Shrek. I didn't pause it or use a photo at all. I did this whilst watching the movie and it kind of does look like him. These are some thumbnail sketches I did for Cassie's prompt book and Paula's colouring book. And then this is the idea for the Peachtober sketchbook tour. This is very simple. I think I was ill about this time. Yes, I was. There was a Muji in the airport, so I picked up a ton of fun pens. And then we got back and I got really ill. So this was how I ended that video. This is the weird leaflet that came with the Hobonichi. And I just wanted to remember that this is when it roughly arrived. I was ill and it was actually a really bad virus. This is actually the thumbnail I'm going to be doing for the Daily Doodle Diary vlog, the very last one. It's inspired by this video by Nerdforge. So I've had the idea in my head for a long while. I don't know what that is. And I think that's grass. I guess it's abstract. You can tell just how big the book is getting now. This is random pieces of paper and I drew on it. I didn't know there were this many. I quite like this face. I like the silver elements. This is what was left of the weird Hobonichi cover, and I actually put these little yellow things down. I think it's like the sticky notes you get in a hole punch, and I stuck them down. I was obviously really not feeling great this day because this is it. I picked up this huge Neocolor set. I'll show you. There are packing peanuts just so that the ends don't get completely ruined. But I picked up this huge set of Neocolors. There's like 84 in here for £30 on Facebook Marketplace. And they're like pretty much brand new. Can't believe I was able to find it. We did have to drive like 2 hours to get it, but it was worth it. So this is slightly shiny. It's kind of silver. I guess that's hair. And this one I also filmed, like a breakfast. For this one I wanted to try out the silver, bronze and gold Neocolors. And they are a little bit shiny. Like they're a lot of fun to use. Very, very quick. Oh, this is one line art, so I did it all in one line. I guess it stopped there though. This one I did as a plein air. Obviously not paint, but it was a nice break in the video. And it was a really cool surprise. I want to do more outside in the next one. I did it again. I didn't realize how often I did it. So I kind of joined the sun up to the mountains. I used 3 alcohol markers. I think my partner picked them out for me, and this is what I made. I like that. This is a sketch for Sagittarius. Didn't really end up sticking to it very much. And this is the day that I filmed the Create This Book piece. This is the one that I did for Create with a Straw. And I also filmed the Santa emoji page. If you haven't checked out the Create This Book playlist, honestly, I'm really proud of those videos. I think you might like them. And obviously I kept every single offcut from those pages. These, that Mel sent me for the Secret Santa that we all did. There was 18 different artists and we took part in a huge worldwide collab, and Mel sent me some of these to try. And they were a lot of fun. I've used them a lot since. I actually used them for the cover of the next one. This is watercolour, I believe, and honestly it might have been the day that I filmed the Christmas Chronicles movie scene for the scene series, because that's a lot of red. Oh, this is chaotic. This is something that came through the door. This is random blobs. I think I was trying to activate the acrylic markers, so I'd sort of made faces on them. But I got a new camera. It's the one that you're seeing right now. This is washi tape from the movie scene. I stuck it down and sort of turned it into skyscrapers. I don't know if that comes across. It's almost like Bouquet, what I did for Inktober a few years ago. This is just on packaging paper. This one didn't quite go to plan. The acrylic marker's a bit weird when you haven't used it for a while. This one I filmed as well. It was using the silver and gold that we've used a lot. They're actually oil-based markers, but they have quite a chunky nib, so they're really fun to use. These are the other markers that Mel included for the Secret Santa. They're very earthy tones, but it meant that I got to try 2 new brands. This one's super quick. Oh yes, that's what it was. So you know when you get a chocolate bar and it comes in the foil wrapping? This is what this is. It's the wrapper from a chocolate bar, like a big chocolate bar. I guess I used acrylic markers on it and tried to create a face. This one I actually did as a live stream. I asked what I should draw and somebody said penguin, which seems perfect for this time of year. This is another one where there was bleed through, so I stuck something down. This is like the pixel art that I made for Peachtober. I wanted to give it another try, so I stuck down these sticky notes and kind of made something. There's like flowers, mountains. It's very difficult to see. That's random. That's probably one line again. It really makes you think. And this is the day that I tried the tea that Mel sent me. I wanted to remember. Oh, this one was fun. It's literally just like parcel paper with acrylic markers, but kind of negative space. This is a hand, as you can see. I think I was being very cautious to not go through the paper. That's why I didn't do very much. The acrylic markers are fine as long as you only do one layer and do it quite lightly. They are fine. They don't go through the paper much. And this is the day that the first Secret Santa videos went up. They went up over the entire weekend. I'm the only person that doesn't have a Santa hat. I don't know how I completely missed that. Everyone else had a Santa hat and I don't have one. I literally just have a Christmas tree and some decorations. Absolutely completely forgot that that was a thing. And because I actually filmed it in like October, didn't have any Christmas decorations up either. So my video doesn't look Christmassy at all. You can watch it any time of the year. Obviously we've got random pieces stuck down, but this time I drew around them rather than on it. I mean, it's different. This actually is when I picked out a load of random supplies for me and my partner to use. I think a blue water-based marker with a yellow acrylic marker with a brown neo color, and that was fun. And then I did the same thing here as well. This one didn't really work. It was kind of supposed to be a forest. This one is crazy. I actually filmed this and it's this vinyl. It's the offcuts and I actually love it. Obviously it's just a big sticker really and the markers go on it quite well. I really like this piece and I love the marble. How are you finding the marble? Obviously it's not been in many videos that I've uploaded so far, but I really like it. The wood just wasn't showing up well on camera. These are all thumbnail sketches. I had lots of ideas and I just got them all down on paper. This was like one session and then this was another. And then I did a random little rabbit thing that's disappeared because on the other side I did this. I don't know if you can see that it's a little bit shiny. This is from day 24 of the Lindt advent calendar that me and my partner were sharing. For Christmas I drew a Christmas tree. I haven't actually shown you, but my partner got a few unique art supplies that I haven't tried. So I got this, like graphite stick, I think it's a 6B, and it was really satisfying to use. This is for the next Create This Book page. I actually used India ink and I did make a mess in the Create This Book. These are random offcuts from the next episode, and these are actually from the episode afterwards in the Create This Book. We are a little bit ahead now. The lobsters are definitely from the next movie scene. I just stuck them down somewhere, they are used. Oh, I did this as a live stream. I wanted to end the year with one more, and I thought New Year's Eve or New Year's Eve would be a really cool time to do one, because a lot of the time you're just kind of inside chilling, so I thought it would be a really good time to do a live stream. This is Vincent. There was an exhibition going on, so I went to that, and there will be an entire sketchbook spread coming. And I tried to do this in my own kind of style in Neo colours. And then we ended the year with some fireworks, and I think it's the perfect end to it. So this is the Daily Doodle Diary. All 366 pieces of art, because it's a leap year, and I can't believe it's now over. Like, look how big this is. Next week there is a surprise, so if you've enjoyed this one, make sure you stay tuned for that one. But thank you so much for all of your support. I hope you'll be following along with the next Daily Doodle Diary, and I'll see you in a few days. Bye bye.